like to call to order the Town Commission final budget public hearing, September 20th. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Mayor Tompeck,
Here.
Vice Mayor Kurzman,
Yes.
Commissioner Campo. Let the record reflect that Commissioner Campo is not present. Commissioner Fender.
Here.
Commissioner Mayfield.
Here.
Okay, the next item is public comment on non-agenda items, and I do have two. First up is Dorian Gilbert.
Good day, good evening. This is in reference to the River Road project that was going on for many years that we've heard of anyway. I just want to know, I heard one aspect saying that it depends, the money-wise, whether we have the money or not, or it's going to be a grant. Now, I was told the money has been approved. It's what, $435,000? It's available for that project, or it's still in question? That's the only question I have, and I hope I get a response.
Thank you. I think
Can I get a?
we're taking public comments. We don't normally
When
respond.
do we pose questions, though?
Well, you can pose questions at any time, but.
Well, this is the
You-
time, that's all I have. That's the only question I have.
And I understand that, and we may address it during the commission comments, but we don't address it during the public comments section.
So I'm out of luck.
Not out of luck. You're not out of luck for the time being. Yes, that's correct.
Well, I'm an early riser. I go to the gym at 4 o'clock, so this is late for me.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I can get
I
one.
like the 5 o'clock appointments better.
Chuck Farrow.
For the record, I'm Chuck Farrow, 47 North River Road, Knoll Subdivision, North Sewalls Point. And I had sent an email to Mr. Daniels and to each of the commissioners regarding development application moratorium for updating the LDRs so they can conform to the new comprehensive growth plan. And I just wanted the support of the town manager and the commissioners in that endeavor. We're specifically next door to me, between the Knowles and the India Lucy subdivisions, there's an 8-acre parcel. That was once owned by the Andrews family for many decades. It's been sold over time. The recent closing was last Thursday, September 15th, for a sum of $7 million. The new owners are presently in the process of clearing some of the lot, not trees, but clearing some of the underbrush. And I think that we should be moving forward in getting the moratorium taken care of so we don't run into any ambiguity between the two sets of documents. And that's it. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda? And if not, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to move?
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Vice Mayor Kurzman,
Yes.
Commissioner Fender,
Yes.
Commissioner Mayfield.
Yes.
Mayor Tompeck.
Yes, that brings us down to item 5, which is public hearing. First item is the rollback rate announcement. Mr. Daniels.
Yes, I'm going to ask Mr. Hudson to step up, and since he's sort of been coaxing this baby along through the whole process of my getting hired and taking over, he's going to read the rollback rate announcement for us into the record.
Thank you, Dan Hudson. The proposed millage rate of 3.27 mils is greater than the rollback rate of 2.9357 mils by 11.39%.
Is that all you have to say?
Would you like me to go ahead and give you the overview? And
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
okay, yeah, that'd be good. I think Yeah, so a budget summary, as you know, you all took on a big challenge this year and by setting up a three-fund structure, so the proposed budget is adopted in that fashion. I'm not going to, we don't need to read every line, but the total budget is $10,656,050. And then just to follow up from the tentative budget hearing that was held on September 7th, you asked for a few things. One is to address the planning fees, and we were able to clarify that the water supply plan, which was one of the items in question, is not included in the budget at this time, and it will be if and when a grant is approved. So the budget and the grant are going to come back to you at an appropriate time, hand in hand. But what is funded in the budget now is $20,000 for ongoing planning issues and $10,000 for the LDR updates. Budget comparisons, you asked for some additional budget comparisons. So Exhibit A has two. The first one is just a simple look at the three funds without really going into a lot of comparison. And then the second chart gives you the line item breakdown, how much you've spent year to date in each line item, and then a percent comparison of this year to last year. So I think that was kind of what you were asking for. And then the next item is the CIP sheets. Those are under development. I believe Mr. Daniels has passed out a sample copy that's been developed between he and commissioner input and the town engineer. So that's making progress. And then the restroom, the town commons restroom was moved out of fiscal year 2024 and is not included in the 2023 budget. And that's the only change that was made in the CIP. So the question that was raised earlier regarding the money for the South River Road project is still in the budget as part of the capital improvement plan. So with that, I think we're kind of at towards the end of the race here. So you can receive comments from the public and then go about adopting the millage and the budget.
Before you do, the water supply study, I've been working with the county on their study and to see what we need to comply with the law. There is a grant that is available from DEO that comes available in, or the opening for the applications are in January. DEO grants are fully funded, they're 100%. So there is no match that we have to worry about budgeting, but it is a reimbursable grant. So as we get closer to that deadline, I'll be back before you and we can discuss the grant application and where I recommend that we head.
Okay, thank you. Is there any, are there any comments from the public regarding the final budget and millage rate? Okay, are there any additional comments from the commissioners? Commissioner Mayfield.
Yeah, just a quick question on that summary from you, actually from Dan. The planning fees, the $20,000 for ongoing planning issues. Is that the communication plan, the thing that, what is that one just specifically? Just remind me, I know we had added in the communication plan.
We have people come in from time to time and they want like an interpretation of the
Okay.
planning code, and it's doesn't really reflect building code so much. It really is a kind of a planning oriented kind of question.
Okay.
For example, Dr. Farrell's comment just now, that's a planning issue, that little bit of money. Actually, it would be the LDR updates would be the one that was directly relevant to this. But those are the kinds of questions we get from time to time.
Okay.
Okay, are there any other? Commissioner Fenton?
Do we want to take this time just to address Darian's question about the funds? Or did you mention it?
Yeah, that's what he just,
You mentioned
He
that
just
it's in
mentioned
the
it,
budget.
Thank you.
effective October 1.
I'd like to make a motion to move it.
I'll second.
Okay, I
Sorry?
think we need to read Resolution 944 into the record.
A resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Sewalls Point, Florida, adopting the final millage rate for the Town of Sewalls Point for the fiscal year commencing on October 1st, 2022, and ending on September 30th, 2023, and providing an effective date and other purposes.
Okay, and we don't have any further public comment? Any other, I'm sorry, and Commissioner Fender has a,
Yeah, I just wanted to, before we moved on, just make one comment about the budget structure. I think I talked to Bob earlier today, and I was happy that they came in and put the percentages in, but next year, and I think there was some structural changes in the columns that prevented it, but would love to see a year-over-year rolling percentage change for each line item. That would just help us to make the understanding of the changes much more visible.
Yes, our plan is to, as we build on each year, to go to a 5-year rolling numbers, so you can look back and historically see what we've funded for
Thanks.
that particular account.
That'd be perfect.
okay, are there any other comments from the commission? I wanted to thank, Dan and Holly did a terrific job. I think the budget is, well, for me anyway, I'm not a budget expert, it was a lot clearer exactly what we were doing this year, and made it a lot easier for me to review, so I appreciate that. Can I get a motion to approve resolution number 944?
Motion made.
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Fender?
Aye.
Commissioner Mayfield?
Yes.
Mayor Tom Peck?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kurzman?
Yes.
All right, that brings us down to resolution number 945, adopting the final operating budget for 2022-2023. Could you please read the resolution titled into the record?
A resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Sewalls Point, Florida, adopting the final budget for the Town of Sewalls Point for the fiscal year commencing on October 1st, 2022, and ending on September 30th, 2023, and providing an effective date and other purposes.
Thank you. Do we have any public comments on resolution number 945? Seeing none, do we have any comments from the commission or questions from the commission?
I'll move to approve as written.
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mayfield?
Yes.
Mayor Tom Peck?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kurzman?
Yes.
Commissioner Fender?
Yes.
Okay, great. That brings us down to, believe it or not, commission and staff closing comments.
Wow.
Mr. Daniels, do you have any comments?
Yes, just in reference to the question of the, of looking at a moratorium, it's officially called a zoning in progress. I had some discussions with Susan in reference to, what's the best way of doing this. So you'll see at our next meeting on the 27th, you'll see a resolution to approve what's called a zoning in progress period of 120 days is what we're suggesting. And that, we're looking at roughly 90 days to make sure that the comparisons, but I wanted to build in some time. We could always end it sooner, but I just wanted to make sure that, had enough time to make sure that, with the holidays and everything, that everything's going to gel and it matches with the comp plan. So, and there are, you'll see that as the packet gets out. We're trying to get that packet out tomorrow for you, so you have it ahead of time.
Great.
Any other comments from the staff?
I just want to share your accolades, both for Dan's help through the transition period. I really appreciate it. Made my job a lot easier, and Holly's work with handling the budget as well, and Mariah, who's kind of the lone wolf in the back there, but she really did a lot of work. So it's a good teamwork, and that's what I expect out of the staff, and they definitely come through, and they've done it before, and they'll do it again.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any commission comments? I have a couple of quick ones. First, regarding Mr. Gilbert's comments, I assume that last time we talked about this, that you told us, or we asked that you and Joe get together and identify the issues and report back to us, and I think we were going to do that next Tuesday.
I'm hoping to have the report written for you next Tuesday. I have had a number of meetings I think there's one more that I need to get scheduled, but I have met with a number of the residents that have been listed as, having issues, and we're trying to work through those issues and come up with a game plan. So I should have a report. Whether it makes the agenda packet for tomorrow or not, I can't guarantee that, but I at least can give you a verbal report followed up with documentation at the next meeting.
All right, very good. One other quick item, we need to decide on this tonight. Matter of fact, we need to discuss it tonight. It occurred to me that a while back, we changed our workshop meeting at 5:30 to just a regular business meeting. So we have two regular business meetings, one starting at 5:30 on the second Tuesday and one starting at 7 on the fourth Tuesday. And I was wondering if there was any appetite for making those meetings at the same time, and perhaps coming up with maybe 6 o'clock or 6:15. And the rationale there was, at least my rationale was, number one, 5:30 is kind of tough for you working folk to get here in time, and also it's always difficult for Glenn to be here at 5:30. 7 o'clock is fine. It's a little tougher on staff, especially if the meeting goes significantly later. So I was wondering if you wanted to think about maybe having the meeting at the same time at 6 o'clock or 6:15, and maybe we can talk about that at the next meeting that you think about.
Yeah, I don't need to think about it much. I think that sounds good.
If you want to do it.
Well, I think, it's our call. If everybody's happy, what, 6 o'clock or 6:15, what's the?
6 is easier to remember.
Six is perfect.
And I think it adds a stability for even the residents, because then they know what time the meeting is, so.
Every time.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
Yeah, I think that 6 o'clock gives, people that are working time to get here if they so desire, and not too late, and I can get home in time for Gunsmoke.
Mayor, I do have one more thing, not to belabor us here, but it goes along with schedules, and I've been working with Kim Delaney to schedule our strategic planning session that we have, and it was my understanding from talking to the vice mayor that the last one we had was held on a Saturday to facilitate the working schedule. And, because it's usually a 4 or 5 hour session that we do, or workshop. And I didn't want to have it at the end of the day because you guys would really be drained. So if it's okay with you all, I'm going to reach out to her if that works out better for you than having it in an afternoon when you guys are better off working, since you make all this money being commissioners. So I'm going to work with her. You'll see an email from me if you haven't seen it as yet. So just disregard the email, and I'll be giving her a call tomorrow and see what Saturday date she has available.
And what months are you thinking, you said?
This was in November was what she suggested. So, and I kind of want to keep it away from the holidays, so,
Okay. I'm out of town on Veterans Day weekend, which is
Okay.
the 11th, 13th.
Okay, are there any other comments from the commissioners? If not,
Yeah, I'd like just one. I want to thank staff for putting this together, the budget and everything. It made life so easy this year, so thank you so much.
thank you.
okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
We're adjourned. Thank you very much.